Hi, my name is Emily Galena, and I'm going to be talking about Sacagawea. For this assignment, I chose to explore children's books about the famous Sacagawea. She was a very famous woman who accompanied Lewis and Clark on their journey throughout the exploration of America. For a little background on her, she was born in a tribe which in English translates as salmon eaters of Lemhi. When she was about age 13, she was kidnapped by another tribe, and in this tribe she was won in a gamble to be a man's wife. She had her first baby and then accompanied Lewis and Clark on their expedition as a guide. She was vital for their expedition because she provided an element of peace. So when they were traveling, they were viewed as less of a threat because they had a woman and child with them, as opposed to only having men on the trip. After the journey was over, she and her husband settled down, and Sacagawea became pregnant with her second child. For a few months after giving birth to her second child, she passed away. She left her child in the hands of Clark, and he became their new family. She is a very good role model for young children to study because she made an immense impact in history. The story of her life can inspire young children to go out and make changes to their generation as well. It is very important for children to study history and major characters in the development of our country so they can understand where we came from and how we got to where we are today. It is also important for them to understand the past so that they can look in the future with context and not make the same mistakes that were made in the past. The first book I chose was Sacagawea, Crossing the Continent with Lewis and Clark, which is an excellent book for children because it provides numerous visuals along with a good amount of text and information. It has been proven that children respond very well to pictures at a young age. That is why many children's books consist mainly of pictures and fewer words. Although this book has many interesting pictures, this book, in my opinion, was written for children around the age of 4th to 5th grade. There's a lot of content in this book which is easier for older children to understand. I would highly recommend this book to teachers to read to their class because it has great content as well as informative visuals that complement this content. The second book is Sacagawea, The Girl of the Shining Mountains. And this book is an excellent book with much information and context about this famous woman. The book is very content heavy with few pictures. I believe this book to be a great read for children in the 5th or 6th grade because of their reading comprehension level. This is around the age when children are able to fully understand the harsher aspects of life and the true struggles. I would highly recommend this book because it tells the story of Sacagawea in great detail and allows the reader to connect with her. The third book I would recommend is Who is Sacagawea? I read this book when I was in 3rd grade and I thoroughly enjoyed it. This book sparked my interest in the life of Sacagawea and made me want to have an adventurous life like she did. This is a good book for young children because it has many illustrated drawings, but it also has a good amount of content. Although there is much information, this content is not overpowering or hard to read. The font size is fairly large, which makes it easier for younger children to read. The fourth book I'd recommend is a book called I Am Sacagawea. This book is similar to the book Who is Sacagawea in the aspect that it was written for younger children. This book is printed in a large font, also making it easier for young children to read. And there's also images on each page that pertain to what the content is saying, which also provides a visual aspect for the children reading it. This book is great for children who are in 2nd or 3rd grade because it begins to spark their adventure about imagination in the great unknown, but it also teaches them a lot about our country's history. And the last book I chose to recommend about Sacagawea is a book known as Sacagawea, American Pathfinder. This book is a great book for children who are in about 3rd to 4th grade. There are some illustrations that were drawn in a cartoon style, but there's a good amount of content in this book as well, which would be more challenging for younger children to read. But this book was written along with numerous other books about famous figures throughout history, such as George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, and a bunch more other famous people. But this book is great for children and teaches them a lot just about all the heroes of our past. But yeah, I chose to cover Sacagawea for this project, and I would highly recommend these books to teachers who are teaching younger children because I believe that they're all great books. Thanks.